Goaltenders ready, referees are ready. Hope you are at home as well as we are underway between Norwich and New Jersey. Off the draw, it's controlled by the Titans. Getting the puck down deep is Peyton Phobes. Out of his net, Yoakum will play it into the near side corner. Puck squirts out towards the front of the net. Loose in front, unable to take the shot was Hines. He manages to get it back to the point, and then a shot by D. Bueris goes wide. Now Hines at the half wall. Back up to the point. Atanasio had his shot blocked. Chipped out of the zone by Bain. That went off of the linesman, so the puck stays at the blue line. New Jersey will dump it back down and go off for an early change just 30 seconds into this. We mentioned it in New Jersey's last game against the Danbury Junior Hat-Tricks. A short bench. Once again, a short bench for Andre Kapranov's crew. They only have 9 forwards dressed, 6 defensemen. That's good for 15 players. Norwich, like Danbury last weekend, has the full contingent of 19 skaters. Off the boards, played up ahead. Into the zone, this is Bain. Lost possession of the puck. Kurt Johnson there to collect for the Titans. He'll manage to feed it up ahead for Jacob Gray, who lightly sends it into the zone. And then we have a whistle as offsides is called against the Sea Captains. So just a minute and 3 seconds into this first period, faceoff will come out towards center ice. Actually, they're going to say that it was intentional offsides, so that's going to move the faceoff all the way down into the Sea Captain zone. Offensive zone faceoff coming up for New Jersey. Connor Talakowski will step in for a draw. He'll go up against one of the new players for the Sea Captains in Quentin Olshan. Olshan, before moving up to the junior ranks, played for Xavier High School. Xavier formerly played out of the same rink as Wesleyan University in Middletown, Connecticut. You know, for all the states out there, you figure they can get a couple different town names. We're in Middletown. Wesleyan's in Middletown. I'm sure there's another Middletown somewhere around here. Puck comes in towards the front of the net. That's poked away. Sam Levin had it for a moment. Now Willem Patterson looks and work up the same side wall. Donzella there to cut it on off, but unable to maintain possession as it's shipped out by Nico Vaccaro. Down into the Sea Captain zone. Icing is called as unable to beat out. The icing call was Talakowski. Nice hustle shown by Eric Massengill, one of the draft picks for Norwich over the summer, to draw the icing call. And the Sea Captains will set up on the left wing side with 1:37 gone by in the first period. Fresh legs on the ice for the Sea Caps as Olshan will step in for the draw against Talakowski once again, 180 feet from where they first met. Back up at the point, Timmy Hayden able to get it in the zone. Deflected towards goal. Olshan missed it to the short side, but not by much. Willem Patterson reverses behind the net. Sam Levin up the far wall. Outlet pass goes off the stick of Vaccaro. Turned over, and now here comes Shane Mazer back the other way. Mazer sends one hard around to the far side. First one there is Levin. He's able to poke one off the boards where it's picked up by George Hines. Hines' outlet pass a little too far to handle for Tallarico. Hines, or check that, that's Phobes on the far side. He'll take a shove from Sava Makarenko. Makarenko unable to come up with possession of the puck. Here's Tallarico with a wraparound attempt. Yoakum getting to the near side post in time. Shot from the point gets deflected. Hayden sends it over far side. First one there to pick it up is Makarenko. He'll get as far as the red line before he's stripped from behind by George Hines. Hines will send it back the other way. Almost icing called by the linesman. However, Yoakum, by leaving his crease, wipes out the whistle. Puck played at center ice. Tegan Byer gave a swipe at it. Puck goes back down into the Sea Captain zone where Captain Sean Loftus is able to pick it up. Loftus now in his 3rd season in the NA3HL. Started off his junior career with the Northeast Generals. Joined the Sea Captains at the beginning of last season. He's the first captain in Sea Captains history, and he wears the C with pride once again. Long range shot steered aside by Yoakum. Loose puck picked up, and now here come the Sea Captains back the other way. It's Carson Dutcher from the outside, a long range shot. Antonio Vaccaro sees it all the way. Faceoff will be to Vaccaro's left with just 3 minutes and 18 seconds gone by in the first period. Well, there's been more action than it feels like with only that small amount of time elapsed off the clock. Stepping in for the draw is Jacob Begich. Begich, a native of Soldotna in Alaska. Soldotna, very close to the home of the Kenai River Brown Bears of the NAHL. This is played back to the point. Moran, D-to-D across. A shot deflects in on goal. It's loose in the crease. Still in a dangerous area. Shot by Kinahan. He scores! Jack Kinahan cleans up the trash in front. And just 3:37 into the first period, the Norwich Sea Captains lead it 1-0. For Kinahan, it is his team-leading second goal of the year, his team-leading fourth point of the year. Kinahan, the last captain of Trinity Catholic in Connecticut before that school unfortunately had to close its doors. Grew into his role as a player last year with the Sea Captains, and now he has the first goal of this game. Looking to respond for New Jersey is the line of Hines, Phobes, and Tallarico. Off the draw, one back by Begich. Pile up in front of a New Jersey bench. Seems like everybody ended up on the ice at some point there. Dumped down deep, Vaccaro behind the net, can't hold on to it. Brian Essing trying to get a handle on it. Essing, one of the multiple Norwich players who got some time at NAHL camps over the summer. Tony Moran and Tim Hayden, both defensemen for the Sea Captains, were both right here in New Jersey in the New Jersey Titans NAHL camp. Oh, good to see these players at the Tier 3 level looking to move up and impressing when they can. Here's George Hines. He might find himself in the NAHL at some point this year if he keeps up his play. Sends the puck down deep, looking to clear out our Sea Captains, and a nice job at the blue line by Tallarico to keep it in. Here's Tallarico, a backhand shot off the side of the cage. Tim Hayden gave a swipe at it, can't get it out. Atanasio, D-to-D across far side. DeBueris a shot, and that might have hit the far post. Now Atanasio once again trying to get around Essing. Sent all the way down the ice by the Sea Captains, and Jimmy McManus. Icing is called, and the faceoff will come down into the Norwich zone. 15:07 to go in the first period. Sea Captains lead it 1-0 on Jack Kinahan's second goal of the year. Titans will set up to the left of Andrew Yoakum. Jacob Gray on the draw. He's got Antonio Vidal in the shooter's position behind him to the right. Off the draw, won a little too well as that nearly split the New Jersey defenseman. Bouncing puck through the slot is chipped up ahead and out of the zone by McManus. D-to-D go the Titans as Atanasio plays catch with DeBueris. Through center ice, that goes off the stick of Vidal. He's actually able to recover it as Daryl Smith was unable to control. Now Smith starting out from behind his own net. Reverses behind for Loftus, who has to avoid an official on the way. Loftus sent it out towards center ice. Lucas Carney, the 6'6" defenseman from Old Bridge, New Jersey, sends it back the other way. This will ricochet in on goal, and so no icing on the play. Loftus, behind his own net, sends over far side. Long pass and nobody in particular gets sent back the other way by Nico Vaccaro. And now Loftus, once again behind his own net, tries to give it along for Smith. That went over his stick. Now Nicholas Peluso gives up ahead Bain. Bain a centering feed, defensed away by Johnson. And now here comes New Jersey. 4-on-2 if they hurry. Here's Vaccaro playing it up ahead softly into the Norwich zone. That negates the odd man advantage. Sent back down the ice. First one to it is Johnson for the Titans. Kurt Johnson wants to play it up the same side wall. Tony Moran and Nick Peluso had better ideas, and so New Jersey will start out from behind their own cage. Reversing it back is Carney. Far side half wall, Gio Bianco. Bianco, another one of those players in his third year here in the NA3HL, as icing is called against New Jersey. But Bianco started off in Danbury as a member of the Danbury Colonials, became the Danbury Junior Hat-Tricks, and now Bianco calls New Jersey his hockey home. 13:35 to go in the first period. Shots are even at 3 apiece. Norwich holding on to the 1-goal lead. Quinton Olshan on the draw. He'll go up against Connor Talkowski. Olshan with a clean win back. Makarenko sends it softly behind the cage. Carney the first one there. Lucas Carney left the puck for Johnson. Johnson tried giving back for Carney, but Olshan was still in the area. Olshan still swiping in as Talkowski looks to clear on out. And Talkowski is going to draw a penalty as Quinton Olshan got a little loose with the stick. And with 13:18 to go in the first period, we'll get to see the New Jersey Titans on the power play for the first time today. New Jersey's power play, not much to write home about early on in the season. They're 1 for 30 so far, only converting on 3.3% of their chances, 28th overall in the league. Meanwhile, the Norwich Sea Captains coming into this game on the kill, pretty good. They've only given up 1 power play goal in 13 opportunities. That's a conversion rate of 92.3%, good for 6th overall in the league. Looking for a power play goal themselves are the Titans in front, saved by Yoakum, and he holds on as Peyton Phobes got the puck in a dangerous area. But a nice job by Yoakum to go down into the butterfly. He makes himself big in the cage, does Yoakum. 5'10", 182 pounds, but he plays like a bigger goaltender, plays more aggressively. And you see how that can pay off. George Hines on the draw for New Jersey. Hines wins back for Johnson. Kurt Johnson wants to send it down low. That's knifed out in midair. Nice hand-eye shown by Phobes. Phobes then chips over far side Tallarico. Tallarico sends one towards the front of the cage. That's blocked by Hayden. Johnson at the blue line tries to take another shot. That goes off the stick of Bain and out of the zone. Jamison Bain, one of those success stories of players willing to do whatever it takes to move up to the next level, to be a better hockey player. Bain, when he first started at the junior level, was a defenseman. Now, these days, he's 5'10", 158 pounds. Wasn't that size when he started off on the blue line. Last year, Norwich head coach Kevin Cunningham wanted to try him up front, and Bain's found a home as a forward now. But it's those kinds of players, the ones who are willing to change their game to better the team. Those are the players that you see moving up to the next level. Another good example to give it more of a New Jersey flavor would be Washington Capitals defenseman John Carlson. Carlson was a forward growing up, playing in the New Jersey Rockets organization. Then he goes off to high school. His high school is a little short of defensemen, and his older brother, Andrew, who ended up playing at RPI, was already on the blue line. So the St. Joseph's of Metuchen coaching staff says, hey, we already have one Carlson on the blue line. Why not add another? 4 years later, John Carlson gets selected in the first round. Now he's a Stanley Cup champion. Again, a player who's willing to change his game to make the team better. 10 seconds to go on the New Jersey power play. Here's Kurt Johnson. Up ahead through center ice, Jacob Gray tries to muscle his way around Tony Moran. Following up on the play, Vidal. Antonio Vidal, he'll shovel one over far side. A shot on goal by Levin was knocked on down. Levin then tries leaping into the air to keep it in the zone. No sail there. Icing is called as racing after it was Begich, but just not enough as he's beaten to the puck by Levin. 11:03 to go in the first period, and another offensive zone faceoff coming up for New Jersey. Titans out shooting the Sea Captains by a 5-3 margin, but Yoakum has stopped all 5. Ryan Tallarico on the draw. He'll go up against Jacob Begich. Begich wins the puck into the corner. Coming up with it is Mazur. Shane Mazur, the 0-3 defenseman from Wethersfield, Connecticut, manages to get it up ahead. Dutcher will help it down further. And the first one to it is DeBueris. Sent over far side. That goes through the legs of Begich. Trickles on back down into the Norwich zone. Behind the net. Puck pops out. Yoakum has a glove on it. He'll hold on. A little discussion between the players after the whistle, but they're able to separate on their own accord. And the face-off will be to Andrew Yoakum's left. Well, Andrew Yoakum, as we mentioned last year, 2-15-3. Numbers can be deceiving, however, as the Sea Captains certainly struggled for a good 3-month span. Sea Captains were an expansion team last year and went through some of those growing pains. Yoakum, however, returning this year. He'll have a battery mate in in Brendan Pellerito as well. Pellerito, unfortunately, week to week with a knee injury right now. Here's Tim Hayden. He'll chip one off the glass back down into the New Jersey zone. DeBueris, the first one there. DeBueris goes far side. Bianco, his clearance attempt failed. He got knocked down for his troubles as well. Instead, DeBueris, the defenseman, Drives into the corner. A centering feed goes through everybody. Kurt Johnson there to pick it up at center ice, where he'll chip it back down into the C-Cap zone. Loose puck picked up by Brian Essing. He gives along further for Sava Makarenko. Makarenko lost possession of the puck at the blue line. Controlled by New Jersey as Nico Vaccaro from the blue line sends one off the shin pads of Hayden. Following up on the play and ripping one wide was Trabb. Nick Trabb, 1 goal, 1 assist so far in 7 games played. That's still good for second on the team in points. He's trailing George Hines, Ryan Tallarico, and Peyton Phobes. That entire first line of the Titans have 4 points apiece. Jimmy McManus for Norwich recovers in his own end. Across for Shane Mazur, wearing the number 4 last year, occupied by Trevor Souza. Makarenko sends the puck down deep. Antonio Vaccaro sees this puck trickle on over into the far side corner, where the Titans are able to take control as Antonio Vidal plays one off the boards. Skating back for it is Gray. They score! A shot from the point past the screened Vaccaro. And it's 2-0 Norwich. Angelo Donzella going upstairs. That might have deflected off of a New Jersey defenseman. But for Angelo Donzella, his very first goal in the NA3HL, that's a puck that the Norwich bench will keep as you see it get tossed on over. But 8:53 to go in the first period, and the Sea Captains now lead it 2-0. So off the draw. Let's see what the Titans can do to try and turn things around. Here's Donzella in front. Great save, Antonio Vaccaro. As the Sea Captains going for the knockout punch early on. But Vaccaro's able to see that one and get a glove on it. Faceoff will be to his right with 8:44 to go in the first period. Olshan on the draw up against George Hines. Played into the corner where Joey Atanasio will play it up ahead. Now Hines looking for the home run pass for Tallarico. Tallarico had to touch up to be onside. He sends it down deep. Mazur skating through some traffic, manages to maintain possession of the puck, draws a forechecker in Tallarico, and Tallarico forces a turnover. A drive by Atanasio goes wide. Now Tallarico in the corner, down low for Hines. George Hines behind the net, plays it off the wall. DeBueris unable to hold the line. He'll throw one over to the near side, outside the reach of Atanasio, as Donzella sends it back on down. Tegan Byer off the bench, can't come up with possession of the puck. Instead, it'll be Peyton Phobes back the other way. Phobes to the outside. His shot goes wide. Loose puck picked up by Loftus. Plays up ahead Cam Holton. And Holton, the North Dakotan, able to clear it on out. We have a whistle. We have a penalty. We have Cam Holton going to the box. He's going to sit 2 minutes, I believe, for roughing. So 7:48 to go in the first period. Holton indeed receives 2 for roughing, and New Jersey goes on to their second power play of the game. They are 0 for 1 so far. Jacob Gray on the draw. He's out there with Vidal and Trabb up front. On the blue line, Lucas Carney paired up with Sam Levin. Here's Levin coming out from behind his own cage. Puck knocked off of his stick, but picked up by Jacob Gray. Now Gray through center ice. He'll chip one off the boards, takes a hit from Kinahan, but still managed to get the puck down deep. Loftus the first one there. He tries going hard off the glass. Knocked down at the blue line by Carney. Carney gave along Vidal. Vidal tripped up on the play, looking for a call where the Titans, but there's none coming, and the Sea Captains are able to clear. 7:12 to go in the first period. Through center ice. Sending the puck down deep for New Jersey is Levin. Now Carney at the blue line. Tries to chip it along for Hines. Pass was behind him. Hines now with a second opportunity at the half wall. Goes back to Levin at the point. Levin looking for a shot. Didn't have one. Gives to Hines instead. In the slot, Tallarico a shot. Gloved by Yoakum. And he'll hold on for a face-off to his left. 6:43 to go in the first period. 56 seconds to go in New Jersey's second power play. Top line of Tallarico, Hines, and Phobes up front for the Titans. Kurt Johnson and Dante DeBueris on the blue line. Referee came over to speak to the scorer's table for some reason, not exactly sure why. But off the draw, it's picked up by the Titans and Ryan Tallarico. Tallarico reverses on back Phobes. Phobes thought about a shot from a bad angle, instead gives to Hines. Hines takes a shot. Tallarico prowling as well. Pitching in from the point, Kurt Johnson. Johnson trying to come up with possession. Phobes there as well. Hines now will come up with it. George Hines tries going back for Phobes. Phobes a shot, and he lifts one high. Tallarico able to keep it alive at the blue line. He swings over for Johnson. Johnson a shot, and that hits Hayden up high. Play continues as this shot goes wide. And now we'll have a whistle as Timmy Hayden takes a shot. Looks like it caught him up high in either the shoulder or the neck area. Perhaps it caught him in the face mask. As Hayden a bit shaken up. 6:01 to go in the first period. And we'll take a short timeout. You're watching the New Jersey Titans and the NA3HL on Hockey TV.
She lives for me, says she lives for motivation. Who will motivation? She comes round and she goes down to me. And I'll make you smile.
Welcome back to the Middletown Sports Complex. 6:01 to go in the first period. 13 seconds remains on New Jersey's power play. Hayden was able to get back to the bench under his own power. Training staff will still take a look at him, as it looks like Hayden caught that puck up high. That one will sting. Hope to see him back on the ice soon. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Kurt Johnson picks up the puck in his own end. Turnover forced. Sending it back down is Dutcher. Power play has expired for the Titans, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Moran thought about playing the body instead of the puck. Didn't come up with the puck. Didn't come up with much of George Hines either. Massengill gives back Moran. Moran with the outlet pass. Can't connect with Byer. Now Gio Bianco. Sees this puck taken away by Carson Dutcher and sent down deep. Wilm Patterson plays along the wall. Bianco looking to clear. Comes over the blue line, but Massengill there to pick it up at center ice. Titans again looking to clear. That goes off the backside of Talkowski. Sent back down into the New Jersey zone with an even 5 to go in the first. Essing gave a swipe at it. Loose puck picked up by Nico Vaccaro, but turned over. Now Essing in pursuit again. Levin, first one there, turned over. Begich sneaking on in, can't take the shot. Holton gave a swipe at it as well. Now Essing quickly tries to play it in front for Begich. No sell there. Begich now in the corner. Wants a reverse back for Essing. Begich comes on in support. Begich a shot, misses high. Giving back Mazur at the blue line. Mazur for Begich, top of the circle, and Begich rips one wide. Now McManus sneaking on in from the blue line. One-time attempt goes off the shaft of the stick of Vaccaro. Sea Captains turning the Titans zone into a shooting gallery right now, as the Titans are finally able to clear. Not with possession, however, as Mazur goes D-to-D across for McManus. McManus plays one hard off the wall, right onto a Titan stick. Jacob Gray at center ice sees this go over his stick, and so Mazur will turn back up ice with under 4 to play. Mazur on goal. Antonio Vaccaro able to make the save, as you would expect of a talented goaltender on a dump-in that doesn't bounce in front of you. Face-off will be to Vaccaro's right with 3:55 to go. Here's Olshan on the draw. Essing tried teeing up a shot, didn't get everything on it. Vaccaro again with the save. Kinahan sneaking around, looking for a rebound, but there's none to be had. And we'll do it all over again to Antonio Vaccaro's right. Jacob Gray on the draw once again. On a 50-50 draw. Puck ends up in Norwich's favor. Daryl Smith a shot from the point. That gets knocked aside. Olshan a centering feed. Goes all the way back to Smith at the point, who has his shot blocked by Vidal. Now Kurt Johnson. Poked along for Trabb. Trabb can't get it around Loftus. All the way back. Here's Daryl Smith again. Shot gets blocked. Vaccaro going post to post was kind of out of position. Not sure if he got a handle on it. Smith able to keep the puck alive at the blue line, and he sends it down deep. Here's Bagish for Kinahan. Kinahan one pass too many as he was looking for Essing on the back door. Vidal with 3:08 to go in the period. Vidal knocked down. Going to the bench was Jacob Gray. He didn't realize that the puck was right there. New Jersey has to make sure they didn't have too many men on the ice as Lucas Carney works up ahead. Carney, again, 6'6", 190 pounds, the 0-3 defenseman from Old Bridge, New Jersey. Tries to dig this puck out of the scrum in the corner. Trying to work it back to the point for Tallarico. Getting in the way of that was Essing, and he plays up ahead for Makarenko. Makarenko had it for a moment, stolen away, and Peyton Phobes will clear out the other way. He sends that off the skates of Tallarico. That puck goes off the top of the glass, stays in play with 2.5 to go in the first period. Tallarico gives back Phobes. Peyton Phobes' backhand shot, stuck aside by Yoakum. Tallarico picks up the loose puck, goes back to Atanasio at the point. Shot gets blocked down by Olshan before it ever got through. New Jersey, however, able to keep the offensive pressure going. Moran looking to clear. He'll play it up ahead for Makarenko, and Makarenko from the red line will send it down deep. Behind his own cage, quickly played up by Atanasio. That goes off the stick of Tallarico. It's a turnover. Sent far side. Donzella on the back door, unable to knock it out of midair. Now George Hines. He'll throw one far side. Tallarico, a one-time shot goes wide. Hines in the corner. Picks up some help from Gray off the bench. Taking a quick shot was Patterson. And now Donzella from center ice with under 100 seconds to go. Vaccaro leaves aside Patterson. Patterson, his pass intercepted, stepping on in, but unable to take the shot was Mitchell Goodman. Thrown far side by Vidal, and now McManus. He'll play it off the boards once again. Under 80 seconds to play in the period. That goes off the skates of Gray all the way down the ice. Maybe icing if it has the legs. And puck had just crossed the goal line when Eric Massengill played the puck. New Jersey's bench wants the icing call to get waved off. I'm not sure if the officials will move this face-off. And based off the body language of Jacob Gray, Titans should prepare themselves for a defensive zone draw. 1:09 to go in the first period. Norwich out shooting New Jersey by an 8-6 margin. And they're up with the big numbers as well, 2-0. Jamison Bain on the draw against Jacob Gray. Bain with a face-off win back. McManus unable to take advantage, but keeping it alive is Massengill. His shot from the point went well wide. Vaccaro will keep it moving as Vidal can't clear. McManus's shot goes off the high glass behind Vaccaro. Deflected out into the neutral zone. McManus, for a third time this shift, will now send it down deep. 47 seconds to go in the first period. Bain tries to dipsy-doodle his way towards the front of net, ends up down on the ice. Last man back as trying to work it up ahead through center ice is Tarkowski. Connor Tarkowski drops on back Bianco. Bianco wanted to send it down deep. That was defensed away by Massengill. Massengill once again picks it up, and the Texas defenseman goes D-to-D across. Bain will send it back on down. 18 seconds to go in the period. Given near side for Bianco. Bianco fights through a check. That was thrown by Smith. Bianco trying to dig it out of the corner now. 7 seconds to go in the period. Puck simply pinned up against the boards. Byer had it for a moment. That'll do it for the first period. A little pushing and shoving afterwards as their red uniforms skating from right to left in the second period. Norwich in the white going from left to right. And we are underway for period number 2. Is fresh off the draw. Sava Makarenko comes up with the puck. Can't take a shot on goal. Wrapped around far side, and now it's Tony Moran. Giving along for Makarenko. Gives back Mazur. Mazur at the point. Tries sending one down low. And then a one-time attempt by Makarenko goes wide. Played up ahead. Here's Ryan Tallarico. Short-handed. Picks up some help from Peyton Phobes. Phobes from a long way away. Punched aside by Yoakum. Brian Essing. Trying to play it up ahead. Knocked off of his stick. Moran there to pick it up. Essing was a player that kind of changed Norwich's trajectory last year. Joined the team for the second half of the year. Ended up finishing third on the team in points. And that was good enough to get him called up to Shrevesport's camp in the NAHL over the summer. Would not be surprised if Essing ends the year somewhere in the NAHL. Right now he plays his hockey for the Sea Captains, as the Sea Captains right now struggling to get out of their own zone on the penalty, or rather on the power play. Another turnover. Here is Hines with a shot saved by Yoakum. The rebound just goes wide as Trabb was on the doorstep. Now Johnson, a rising shot, catches nothing but glass. Dunzella has had enough. He chips it out as far as the neutral zone, knocked down by big Lucas Carney. And Carney will come back the other way. He shoulders down Moran. Carney still managing to maintain possession. The puck swings one towards the front of the net. That's intercepted by Dunzella. Dunzella able to get it as far as the red line, but the Titans send it right back down. New Jersey looking good on the penalty kill so far. Here's Begich with a shot. That goes wide. Carney reverses over Tallarico. Tallarico on his backhand, can't clear. Kept alive by Tim Hayden. Good to see Hayden back on the ice after he was injured in the first. Shot from a bad angle, easily handled by Vaccaro. Cleared all the way down. Penalty has expired, and we're back to even strength hockey. Just over 2 minutes into the second period. Norwich Norwich without a shot on goal on that power play. Here's Begich to the outside. Begich, a rising shot, goes high and wide. Kept alive by Kinahan. Down low, Begich. Sneaking on in and looking for a loose puck is Nick Peluso. Peluso tried going back to Massengill at the point. Massengill misfired. Trying to race up ahead and grab possession of the puck is Peyton Phobes. Phobes and Massengill come together in the near side corner. Hayden there for the Sea Captains trying to move it on out. Kinahan there as well. He'll throw a shoulder check. Can't come up with possession of the puck. At the point, here's Levin sending down low. Sharp angle attempt by Bianco goes off the side of the cage. Reversed over to the near side. Levin pinching in from the point, can't come up with it. Kinahan chasing after. Here comes Jack Kinahan already with one goal in the game. Kinahan in. Kinahan tries going post to post. Vaccaro able to poke it away. Phobes behind the net. Johnson helped along further. Levin. And then his outlet pass too far to handle for Bianco. Chasing after this is Nico Vaccaro, and Vaccaro beats out the icing call. Nico Vaccaro, the twin brother of Antonio Vaccaro. Would be more difficult for the broadcaster's job if they were both skaters, but with Antonio Vaccaro in the cage, kind of easy to figure out who's who. Here's Quentin Olshan with a shot, stopped down by Vaccaro. Hayden at the point, his shot might have gone off the side of the cage as he saw the net move. Dunzella sends it back down deep. Norwich getting their offensive legs underneath them. Sava Makarenko wanted to go back to Loftus. Instead sends it down to the corner. Sharp angle attempt goes well wide. Near side wall. Here's Olshan again. Goes behind the net. Dunzella in front. Olshan saved by Vaccaro. He doesn't have it. It's loose on the side of the cage. Patterson clears it around but not out. Daryl Smith from the point. Bounces one wide. Loftus pinching on in. He'll think about taking the shot. That's blocked down in the corner. And then the puck goes out of play. So the face-off will remain in the New Jersey zone. 4:10 into the second period. And the New Jersey Titans still looking for their first goal of the game. The goals have been somewhat difficult to find for the New Jersey Titans so far in this season. Of the 7 games that they have played, they have been shut out once. They have scored 1 goal 4 times. And then in 2 of their games, in one game 3 goals, in one game 4. That game where they scored 4 goals, their lone victory of the year. Here's Hines going back to Atanasio. His shot goes wide. Tallarico gets spun around behind the cage. Hines in the corner. Begich can't clear. Now Atanasio once again, D to D across DeBueris. A shot stopped by Yoakum. The rebound, Yoakum gets that as well. Phobes behind the net. Goes back to Atanasio. Atanasio back for Phobes. Phobes poked away by Daryl Smith, but delayed call coming up against the Sea Captains as racing to the bench for the extra attacker is Antonio Vaccaro. It won't result in anything for New Jersey, however, as Bayer is able to touch up in the neutral zone. And with an even 5 minutes gone by in the second period, we'll get to see New Jersey on the power play for the third time as Sean Loftus will sit 2 minutes for roughing as he got tied up with a Titan behind the play. So let's see what New Jersey can do on their third power play. Trailing by 2. A goal here would certainly give them a little momentum to get back into the game. Bayer on the draw against Gray. A 50-50 draw goes in Norwich's favor. Clearance attempt goes off of a Titan's body. I think that might have actually gone out of play. And so the faceoff will come back down into the Sea Captain zone as they're actually going to say it was a high stick against, I believe that was Cam Holton. But either way, faceoff to the left of Yoakum. Yoakum, a native of St. Louis, Missouri. Certainly wears his Blues pride on his sleeves as this gets sent into the New Jersey bench. Yoakum, one of the Blues fans who didn't have to suffer through 50 some odd years of futility before St. Louis captured their first Stanley Cup. Feel bad for any Toronto Maple Leaf fans out there. At the blue line, here's Lucas Carney. Carney gives along Levin. Back for Carney. Carney's got a rocket if he can let it loose. Carney looking for that shot. Didn't see anything that he liked. Didn't have much of a lane, so instead he dishes off for Gray. Gray back up to Levin at the point. Levin holding on to possession of the puck. Gives back Carney. Carney takes the shot off the post. Oh, Lucas Carney managed to beat Yoakum to the glove side, but he's stymied by the iron. Carney reverses on back. Here come the Titans once again through center ice. Jacob Gray, no slouch himself at 6'4", gives back for Carney. Carney had an option in Levin and now has Tallarico up ahead. Ryan Tallarico behind the D. Tallarico in by himself, saved by Yoakum. Tallarico tried to go 5-hole on Andrew Yoakum, managed to get Yoakum to open up the legs, but Yoakum does a good job keeping his stick centered and on the ice and keeps that puck out. 37 seconds to go on New Jersey's power play. Phobes stops, looks for an option, tries to work his way around Bain. Loose puck. Bain unable to clear. Kurt Johnson at the blue line. He'll wind and fire. Blocked in front of a net by Massengill. Massengill then takes out Tallarico. Tallarico in turn takes out Massengill's legs. And play continues. Here's Phobes shoveling it back for DeBueris. Now Phobes again. Wanted to go down low for Tallarico. Massengill there to intercept. He sends one that goes off a glass stanchion in front of the scorer's table. Bain comes up with the loose puck, but he can't get it deep. Kurt Johnson with 2 seconds and 1 to go on the power play. Gives up ahead for Hines. George Hines in the slot ran out of real estate as he was caught from behind by Peluso. Now Mazur tried to connect with Essing. Off the stick of Tallarico, so no icing on the play as Hayden reverses back Mazur. Mazur wanted to give up ahead for Essing. He'll stick with the puck himself. Essing overskates it. Giving a poke at it for New Jersey is Gray. And now Begich back into the New Jersey zone. Knocked off of his stick by Talakowski. Essing, near side corner, looking for an option. Goes behind the net where he finds Jacob Begich. Begich back up at the point. Mazur keeps it alive. Peluso back for Essing. Essing fans on the shot. Peluso tries to work it towards the front of the cage. Johnson diving out. He can't clear, but the follow-up attempt by Nico Vaccaro is able to get it on out. Tallarico sends down deep and goes off for a change. Essing on the half wall. Played along further by Hayden out towards center ice. Carney. His pass knocked down by Begich. Begich now swooping behind the net. Centering feed goes off some skates in front. Essing a shot saved by Vaccaro. The rebound cleared out of danger by Vidal. Antonio Vidal circles back behind his cage, blowing a tire on the play. And struggling to get back up is Nick Peluso. Meanwhile, Vidal into the zone, but quickly turns the puck over, as waiting for that was McManus. Just over 8.5 gone by in the second. No score in this period. Norwich still leads it 2-0 as a long-range shot by Atanasio goes off the glove of Yoakum and wide. Played down into the corner. McManus tries reversing up that same side wall. Nearly caught New Jersey with too many men on the ice. Cleared back down deep. Here's Vaccaro. His pass goes through the blue paint. Nobody home wearing a red bucket. Makarenko gets it as far as the red line. Now Levin. Off the stick of Nico Vaccaro. This should be icing. Yoakum thought about playing it, but he stays in the crease this time. So the whistle is blown. Faceoff will come back on down into the Titans' end. 10:51 to go in the second period. Kinahan and Dunzella, the two goal scorers for the Sea Captains. So the Sea Captains are being outshot by a 6-2 margin so far in this second period. They win the offensive zone face-off. Loftus along for Smith. Smith winds and fires. It goes wide. Bianco looking to clear. A shot by Loftus punched on down. Smith a drive, and that deflects wide. A shooting gallery from the Norwich defenseman right now. Dunzella chasing after this. Carney gets there first. Lucas Carney now with possession. Wanted to reverse it. Turned over. Backhand shot. It's behind the cage. New Jersey looking to come up with possession as Talkowski in the corner. Shoved from behind by Dunzella. Play continues. Coming up with its Makarenko. Goes back Daryl Smith. Smith a drive and diving on out. Nico Vaccaro taking a page out of his brother's book. He's able to clear. Icing called against the Sea Captains. And so the offensive onslaught from Norwich can continue as they'll have an offensive zone face-off with 10:04 to go in the second period. New Jersey getting a couple players on the ice. George Hines and Peyton Phobes come on out. Perhaps a little gamesmanship as Sam Levin reties his skates in the slots. That gives the Titans a few more seconds to catch their breath. Tegan Byer on the draw. Byer won it over to the boards. Carson Dutcher looks to get it on back to the point. Dutcher was knocked down to his knees, now back up to his skates. Holton in there as well. A real Midwestern flair on this line for Kevin Cunningham's Norwich Sea Captains. Tegan Byer, Cam Holton, both natives of West Fargo, North Dakota. Carson Dutcher from Derby, Kansas. This is Dutcher with the puck. He chips it out as far as the red line before Carney dummies it on back for Phobes. Phobes tries to thread a needle, can't connect with Hines. No icing on the play, and so Tim Hayden has to play it out from behind his own cage. He'll drop it on back for Mazur. Mazur got it as far as the neutral zone. Levin wanted to go D-to-D across for Patterson. Patterson couldn't control the pass. Now Sam Levin will set up shop behind his own cage. Long pass up ahead was intended for Tallarico. Second time that we've seen New Jersey attempt that home run pass. Now Phobes forces a turnover. Can't quite connect with Hines as Hines and Hayden come together in the corner. Hines back up at the point. D-to-D they go. Here's Patterson, a shot. Gloved by Yoakum, and he'll hold on. Well, Willem Patterson, the 04 birth year out of Hampstead, New Hampshire. Would be well served to try and get that shot a little bit lower. Snapshot like that from the blue line, you're not necessarily trying to score, but rather looking more to generate a rebound or to generate a deflection. But by sending it up higher, it allows the goaltender to track it easily, and Andrew Yoakum will get that all day. Here's Vidal. Back at the point, a shot slid towards goal by DeBueris. DeBueris once again, D-to-D Atanasio. Atanasio, his shot blocked by Peluso. Peluso chips one off the boards. That goes over a jumping Atanasio. And so Dante DeBueris with a pair of forecheckers on top of him sends one off the boards, off the stick of Massengill, so no icing on the play. Eric Massengill stopping in the Zamboni corner, reverses back for Moran, and now Goodman. Goodman plays one off the skates of Bain. Jamison Bain able to pick it up at the blue line, and he'll drive into the New Jersey zone. Lost possession of the puck, however. Played over far side, and now Nick Trabb up ahead through center ice. Wanted to try and get it to Gray. Didn't have much follow-through on that. Trabb manages to take Bain on down. And now DeBueris over the blue line. Long range shot gloved by Yoakum. And he'll hold on for a face-off to his right with 7:54 to go in the second period. And the Sea Captains still leading 2-0. Shots on goal are 9-3 in favor of New Jersey in this period. With the Sea Captains only playing 3 games prior to this one, it's somewhat difficult to try and find any trends, things like that. But last year, the second period was a period of difficulty for the Sea Captains. New Jersey unable to take advantage so far, as here's Begich trying to drive to the outside, trying to work his way around Carney. Centering feed went through the blue paint, nobody able to get a stick on it. Worked up ahead by Phobes, and now along further, George Hines. Hines taken out by Darrell Smith, play continues. Essing on the half wall, he'll flip it over the stick of Kurt Johnson, who tried going after it with his stick. That results in a 2-on-1. Back the other way, they come in front, they score! Jack Kinahan, his second of the game. And with 7:17 to go in the second period, the Sea Captains lead it 3-0. For Kinahan, it's his third goal of the season. Play started as the puck was dumped out of the Norwich zone. Kurt Johnson tried to play that puck with a high stick. And sometimes, as a player, you need to take a second and think, well, what am I trying to do with this play? As Johnson, even if he knocked that puck down, wouldn't have been able to play it. If anybody wearing a red jersey touched it, the faceoff would have come down into the New Jersey zone regardless. So by having Johnson attempting to play that with a high stick, that sprung the 2-on-1. And the Sea Captains make New Jersey pay. Jacob Begich will pick up the lone assist on Kinahan's third goal of the season. That's a 2-assist night now for Begich. Sea Captains leading by 3. 6:44 to go now in the second period. Around the boards, unable to knock that down was Bianco. At the red line, sent back into the Sea Captain zone. Kinahan chips one off the glass. Wanted to connect with Dunzella at center ice. Instead, Kinahan sends it through the skates of Dunzella. Delayed call coming up as Quinton Olshan was knocked down behind the play. New Jersey able to get possession, and Olshan back up to his skates. So, 6:22 to go in the second period. Let's see what the call, or rather how severe the call is going to be. It's going to be Sam Levin in the box for New Jersey. Interference is the call. Norwich wants a major power play, but I don't think they're going to get one. 6:22 to go in the second period. Sea Captains going on to their second power play of the period. They're 0 for 1 so far without a shot on goal. Peyton Phobes, Ryan Tallarico, the penalty killers for New Jersey. They've got Dante DeBueris and Joey Adanasio behind them on the blue line. For the Sea Captains, Dunzella wins the faceoff, and Norwich is able to set up on the power play, sent towards the front of the net. Vaccaro takes no chances. He'll clamp a glove down on it. It's Dunzella, Makarenko, and Essing up front for the Sea Caps. Tony Moran and Shane Mazer back on the points. This time face-off won by Phobes, cleared all the way down by the Titans, and the Sea Captains have to begin 200 feet away. Shane Mazer getting on his horse and galloping through center ice. Gives along for Sava Makarenko. Makarenko sends it down deep. Essing the first one there. Brian Essing for Mazer. Mazer throws one off the stick of Moran. Moran diving on out. Keeps the puck in the zone, but now deflects out of play. Let's see where the faceoff ends up, as that might have gone off of a Norwich stick, but it looks like everybody's going to set up in the New Jersey zone. 5:46 to go in the second period. Norwich holding on to a 3-0 lead. Jack Kinahan with a pair of those goals. There'll be Ryan Tallarico on the draw. He'll go up against Jacob Begich. One back to Tim Hayden at the point. Hayden for Begich. Hayden. Now Kinahan. His shot deflects it on goal. Stopped by Vaccaro. Referee lost sight of the puck. Actually may be calling a crease violation against the Sea Captain. So the faceoff's going to come outside of the zone. A minute 15 to go on Norwich's power play. Begich on the draw once again. Massengill throws far side. Hayden breaks into the zone. Tim Hayden at the Gatorade advertisement sends it on down deep. Kinahan there. Behind the net, Begich. Begich has an option and Kinahan gives him. Kinahan a one-time shot stopped by Vaccaro. Peluso got a rebound in there. Vaccaro then had Peluso thrown into his lap. Play continues. Massengill. Hayden. Kinahan can't control. Massengill for Hayden. New Jersey sending two, or rather both, penalty kill forecheckers rather high. Sea Captains able to take advantage slightly as Peluso gives for Kinahan. Kinahan drops back Massengill. Massengill, top of the umbrella, takes a shot off the post and out of the zone. Oh, Eric Massengill nearly finding the back of the net. And instead he hears the wind chimes. Offsides called against the Sea Captains. So the faceoff's going to come all the way out to the center ice dot with 4:38 to go in the second period. George Hines, Angelo Donzella, a pair of 13s on the faceoff. Donzella has been strong for Norwich in this game. He wins another one. Here's Moran, down low. Makarenko unable to clear. And chasing after this and getting to the puck versus Trapp. Trapp shorthanded. His shot stopped by Yoakum. Andrew Yoakum hasn't seen a shot in the past few minutes, and he comes up big, stopping Nick Trapp on a shorthanded breakaway. Back down into the New Jersey zone. No icing on the play as it gets reversed by DeBueris. Penalty has expired. We're back to even strength hockey. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Sea Captains lead by 3. George Hines into the zone. That's gloved down by Loftus. Loftus up ahead, Donzella. Along further, gloved on down by Hines. Delayed offsides against New Jersey. They weren't aware of it, but Sea Captains unwilling to relinquish control of the puck negate all of that. Behind the net, here's Joey Atanasio. Atanasio clears off the glass, back out towards center ice. Smith quickly D-to-D across for Loftus, who will send this one on goal. Vaccaro will glove it like a shortstop, and he'll hold on for a face-off to his left. 3:25 to go in the second period. Shots on goal. New Jersey was dominating the first half of this period. Norwich has taken control since then. Shots are 19-18 at this point in the game, 10-9 so far in this period. Tegan Beyer on the draw against Connor Talkowski. Talkowski with the puck underneath him gets some help from DeBueris. DeBueris plays along further. Now here's Gio Bianco, but offsides is called as Nico Vaccaro got just a stride ahead of the play. Bianco wondering how close it actually was, but the faceoff will come outside of the Norwich zone with 3:15 to go in the period. Connor Talkowski, Jamison Bain. Bain with a face-off win onto the tape of Timmy Hayden. Hayden over the blue line. Hayden, a shot that ramps up off the blocker of Antonio Vaccaro and out of play. Face-off will remain in the New Jersey zone as Tim Hayden nearly found the back of the net. Hayden last year for the Sea Captains put up a few points. Already has a goal so far this year. Nearly had number 2. 3:07 to go in the period. Jamison Bain on the draw, this time against Jacob Gray. Bain another face-off win, but skating up and getting it out of the zone is Trapp. Now Trapp at center ice. Stripped of the puck by Hayden. Patterson. D-to-D across for Sam Levin. Levin Turns the puck over. Peluso on a short breakaway. His shot off the glove of Vaccaro. Peluso once again gives along Goodman. Mitchell Goodman gets stripped of the puck, knocked down to the ice as well. Jersey able to clear as Jacob Gray from center ice. Plays one softly into the far side corner. Sees the puck knocked off his stick by Hayden. Looking to one-hand one up ahead was Peluso. That gets turned around. Now Hayden with a bit more time will chip it as far as the neutral zone. That trickles all the way down the ice where Lucas Carney picks it up on the edge of his own crease. Now Jacob Gray. 2:10 to go in the second period. Carney at center ice. Draped on top of him was Jacob Begich. Play continues as this is sent into an empty area. First one to it is Hines. George Hines in the corner, pinned up against the wall by Hayden. Cleared on up by Peluso. Jack Kinahan there to pick it up. This might turn into a 2-on-1. Here's Kinahan, his shot looking for the hat trick off the shoulder of Vaccaro. Essing a quick shot. That's blocked down in front. Kinahan giving a swipe at it. Talarico there to pick it up. And Ryan Talarico plays up ahead for George Hines. Hines, as they come three abreast across the blue line. His shot gets blocked. Massengill plays it along to the wall. First one there's Kurt Johnson. Johnson using a skate to prevent the puck from going past him. Now comes up with possession. Johnson, a shot. Flutters off the glove of Yoakum. Rebound, a shot by Phobes. Gets blocked. 75 seconds to go in the period. Essing, far side, takes a hit from Johnson. Puck still ends up in the New Jersey zone regardless. Titans quickly back the other way. Talarico plays along for Hides. George Hines with a pair of players on top of him. Gives it along Phobes. Phobes wants to go back for Talarico, who fans on the far side post. Moran plays up ahead Essing. Essing will gain the red line and send it down deep with under a minute to play in the period. Wrapped around the wall by DeBueris. Loftus waiting for it at the blue line. He'll play it down low. Essing. Now Begich. Begich knocked off of his stick. DeBueris plays up ahead for Hines, and now here comes Talarico. Talarico with some speed to the outside. Ryan Talarico in. Saved by Yoakum. The rebound. Yoakum gets that one as well. Two beautiful saves by Andrew Yoakum. 24 seconds to go in the period. Here's Joey Atanasio. Atanasio over the blue line. Long-range shot by Trabb is gloved by Yoakum, and he can hold on and take a break just for a moment. But Andrew Yoakum, two goal line saves, keeps this a 3-0 game. 6:15 to go in the second period. Offensive zone face-off for the Titans. Jacob Gray on the draw. They'll go up against Quinton Olshan. Good to see Olshan back on the ice after he was shaken up earlier in this period. Cleared out of the zone. Flung to the near side by Dunzella. Picked up by Levin. 6 seconds to go in the period. Turned over. Here's a last chance opportunity as Makarenko sent one through the slot. And that will do it for the second. And an extra skater as well. New Jersey in the red skating from left to right. Norwich in the white going from right to left as we are underway in the third period. Thanks again for tuning on in, folks. I'm Zach McGinnis. You're watching this game and all New Jersey Titans games live right here on Hockey TV. We have a whistle, we have an offsides, and we have 15 seconds elapsed off the ice. Perhaps some whistles early on here will work in New Jersey's favor as you can still see a couple wet spots on the ice. See if that comes into play at some point. Off the draw, Titans are able to force it into the zone. Smith runs into one of those wet spots. Puck just sticking to the ice for a moment. Quick shot gets sent wide of the cage by Talarico. From behind the net, trying to center it out is Hines. Hines pinned up against the wall by Loftus. Swung on back to the point. Now here's Dante DeBueris. His shot gets blocked. Daryl Smith with the block in front. Smith sees his teammate Mitchell Goodman get it as far as the red line. There to collect is Joey Atanasio, and he sends it down deep. Loftus, the first one there for the Sea Captains. Reverses back for Daryl Smith. Smith stripped of the puck. Hines, a turnaround shot stopped by Yoakum. The rebound, and Yoakum gets that as well as Jacob Gray, sneaking through the slot, suddenly found the puck on his forehand. But we mentioned Andrew Yoakum and how aggressive he can be as a goaltender earlier in this game. You see it on display once again as Yoakum, big in the butterfly, doesn't give Gray anything to shoot at. Face-off will be to Yoakum's right, 58 seconds into the third. False start on the draw. New Jersey will decline the yardage and will do it all over again. Quinton Olshan on the draw against Jacob Gray. On a 50-50 draw, Gray gets to it first. Worked back to the point. Here's Carney using his big body to shield the puck. Overskated it, however. Might have gone off of one of those wet spots. So Sava Makarenko comes back the other way. Makarenko from a bad angle. Stopped by Vaccaro. Rebound pops out into the far side corner. Donzella goes back to the point. Sending it down deep is Massengill. Now Carney at center ice. He gets taken down by Tony Moran. Talk about a height difference there. Tony Moran, 5'9". Carney, you probably noticed at home, are a 6'6", and Moran got the better of him. Puck stops along the goal line. Suppose there's another puddle down there. Along the half wall, trying to get it out of the zone are the Titans. Trying to get back into this game are the Titans. Again, another puddle is waiting for it was Levin. Puck skitters over the blue line, and it's sent back on down by Eric Massengill. Played up ahead, Byer. Not sure if Byer played that with a high stick or if it went off of goaltender Liam Kelly on the New Jersey bench. Considering the faceoff's going to remain in the New Jersey zone, we're going to say that Kelly made his first save of the game. So 2:03 gone by in the third. Norwich holding on to a 3-0 lead. Tegan Byer unable to come up with the faceoff win. Long pass. It's intended for Tallarico. Tallarico eventually catches up to it in the near side corner in the Norwich zone. Centering feed intended for Phobes. Defensed away by a pair of Norwich defenders. Byer lost the puck in his skates. Manages to still give it along for Cam Holton. 2-on-2 into the zone. Holton a shot. Gloved by Vaccaro. And he'll hold on. Well, we mentioned earlier on a shot by Willem Patterson. You want to get that shot lower. Cam Holton can follow the same advice as Antonio Vaccaro, able to track that into his glove. Holton's trying to use the New Jersey defenseman as a screen there. If he holds it for a second or two longer, perhaps he can get what he's looking for. Instead, it's a defensive zone face-off win for New Jersey as they wrap it all the way around the boards. Timmy Hayden from center ice wants to get it back down deep. Patterson there to knock it on down, and then Patterson gets knocked down by Holton. Back through center ice. Phobes wanted to kick it up to his own stick. Hayden there to break it up. Center ice, Patterson sends one on goal, and Yoakum doesn't take a chance with Ryan Tallarico breathing down his neck. So the faceoff will remain in the Norwich zone. 17-13 to go in regulation time. Norwich holding on to the 3-0 lead. So Jacob Gray on the draw. One back, flip towards the front of the net, knocked down. Not sure if that was touched with a high stick or not, as getting a piece of it was Trabb. Yoakum made the initial save, and then the official blew the whistle. I think the official might have just lost sight of the puck momentarily. So face-off will remain in the Norwich zone. And off the draw, here's Loftus. He'll send one around the near side wall. Getting there first is Atanasio. Can't hold it in the zone. At his own blue line, Gray will touch it on back for DeBueris. And now Jacob Gray throws over far side. Too far for Trabb. DeBueris following up on the play. Sees that pass go off the skates of Loftus. And then that gets cleared into the Norwich bench. As throwing the puck back out on the ice. Tony Moran, he must be a Cubs fan. Face-off will be outside the New Jersey zone. 16:48 to go in the third. New Jersey now with 30 shots on goal in this game. Yoakum's got them all. New Jersey already with 8 shots on goal in this period. New Jersey needs another skater on the ice. Usually you want to start with 5. Gio Bianco will take his spot. And back underway. Looking to knock it up ahead is Nico Vaccaro. That's gloved down by Loftus. Now into the zone. Begich to the outside. Begich gets drilled into the back, or rather from behind. That's a penalty coming up against Joey Atanasio. Begich, thankfully, quickly back up to his skates. Boarding will be the call. The question is, will it be 2 or 5? Sea Captains earlier were looking for a 5-minute interference major. They didn't get it, but they might have something here, as the officials will talk about it in front of the scorer's table. Atanasio going to the box for New Jersey. Sea Captains are going to go onto only their 3rd power play of the game, but up by 3 with 16:35 to go in regulation time. They don't necessarily need a goal here. They might just be happy getting another 2 minutes off of the clock. The official now explaining things to Sean Loftus, and looks like that's Ryan Tallarico for New Jersey. And Joey Atanasio might be getting shown the door. Linesman's opened up the penalty box. This very well could be a 5-minute major power play coming up for the Sea Captains. And if you're Norwich head coach Kevin Cunningham, beyond the fact that you're up by 3 and beyond the fact that your player Jacob Begich seems to be okay, 5 minutes to work on the power play in the 4th game of the regular season is a great opportunity for this power play unit to continue to grow. Now the officials are still talking things over at the scorer's table. New Jersey head coach Andre Kapranoff pleading his team's case as well. Atanasio has not left the penalty box, but just based off of how animated Andre Kapranoff is, again, Atanasio could be looking at an early trip to the locker room. No penalty time has gone up on the board either. Atanasio now stands up in the penalty box, and indeed he's going to be ejected from the game. So it's going to be a 5-minute boarding major and a game misconduct against Joey Atanasio. Again, these two teams will face off again tomorrow. We mentioned it in our pregame. These teams have 4 games against each other. Again, no time has gone up on the board, but considering Atanasio has been sent to the locker room, 5 in a game is probably going to be, well, 5 in a game is what it's going to be. Giuseppe Bianco sitting in the New Jersey penalty box to serve the major penalty, and now the 5 minutes goes up on the board. So the Norwich Sea Captains, up by 3, go on to a major power play. 16:35 to go in the 3rd period. Off the draw. Down low. Sea Captains want to get set up. Tony Moran can't hold the blue line. Makarenko gives back to Moran. And now defenseman Tony Moran will gain the blue line and send it down deep. You notice at the bottom left of your screens, the crowd's filled in a bit. That's the Maryland Black Bears. They'll be in action against the New Jersey Titans at the NAHL, or rather in the NAHL, a 7 o'clock face-off right here on Hockey TV if you can't make it to the arena on time. Now shorthanded. Here's an opportunity for the Titans as Kurt Johnson sends one wide. Loose puck picked up by Carney. He wanted to go back to DeBueris. Instead, it's knocked down. Dunzella gives it along far side, but Makarenko unable to knock that out of midair. Having his stick lifted was Peyton Phobes, unable to clear. We have a whistle and a hand pass called against the Sea Captains. So the faceoff will come out into the neutral zone. 15:34 to go in regulation time and 3:59 to go on the major power play. Stepping in on the draw for New Jersey is George Hines. Face-off one right onto the stick of Nick Peluso, but Hines able to lift the stick. And then that goes off of a linesman's skate. So the face-off's going to just come outside of the New Jersey zone. Titans were lobbying to have that go all the way down into the Norwich zone, but no such luck this time. So George Hines on the draw against Tegan Beyer. Hines able to win this forward. Actually splits the Norwich defense And so Eric Massengill has to start from behind his own cage. He'll drop it off for Hayden. Hayden picks up Jack Kinahan. Kinahan working on 2 goals already. Jack Kinahan trying to do it all himself. Manages to skate around a pair of Titan defenders. Kinahan now behind the net of Vaccaro. Kinahan wanted to reverse back for Byer. No sale there. Kinahan now with the puck again. Behind the net. Reverses too far for Peluso. Pinching in from the point, Hayden. He'll poke it down into the far corner. Byer sees the puck take an interesting hop off the kick plate. That results in a turnover, and clearing it all the way down for New Jersey is Nick Trabb. 3:10 to go on the major power play. 5:20 gone by in the period. Moran and Massengill with a bit of a miscommunication. Now here's Tony Moran. Through center ice, over the Titans logo. Didn't like what he saw waiting for him at the blue line, so he circles back and looks for a passing option. Hills play one off the boards, too far out of the reach of Peluso. Massengill, Moran. Massengill far side, plays one off the boards where he finds Jack Kinahan. Kinahan onto the tape of Peluso. Peluso chips one into the near side corner. Byer the first one there. Tegan Byer knocked down. Play continues. Peluso picks up the loose puck looking for Kinahan in front. Rolls off the heel of the stick of Kinahan. Now here's Byer, a shot, and he missed wide. Mazur unable to hold the line. 2:20 to go in the major power play. Shane Mazur will send it down deep. Chasing after this is Sam Levin. Levin gets there first. Chips one off the boards. Can't be controlled by Phobes, but gets over the blue line regardless. Dunzella back to pick it up. Gives for Moran. Tony Moran into the zone. He'll fling one around to the far side. Brian Essing there to pick it up. Essing comes up with the puck. Essing stepping on it. He scores! Brian Essing goes 5-hole. A power play goal. And with 13:31 to go in the third period, the Sea Captains lead it 4-0. For Brian Essing, it is his first goal of the year. It's his first point of the year. As mentioned earlier, Essing joined the Sea Captains in the middle of last season, ended up becoming one of their top scorers. I'm not sure if he went more than 3 games without a point last season, did Essing. But he gets on the scoreboard for the first time in this year. Again, a power play goal for the Sea Captains. And they have a minute 48 remaining with the man advantage. Here's Shane Mazur up ahead. Dunzella over the blue line. Dunzella tried swinging one towards the front. That goes off the skates of Johnson. Mazur there to pick it up. He'll send over far side. Now Dunzella again. That is loose in front. They score. Sava Makarenko picks up a loose puck in the blue paint and snaps it past the blocker side of Antonio Vaccaro. Another power play goal, the second in just about 30 seconds. And the Sea Captains now lead it 5-0. And that's going to do it for Antonio Vaccaro. Vaccaro giving up 5 goals on 24 shots. And so, now in goal for the New Jersey Titans is Liam Kelly. Kelly comes in with a record of 1-1, a goals against average of 2.5, a save percentage of 91.7. Norwich on the power play for another minute and 13 seconds. Willem Patterson looking to clear out, cannot. On the forecheck, Peluso. Now Patterson again. Byer goes back, Massengill at the point. Flung across for Hayden. Tim Hayden back along Massengill. Massengill a shot, hit the post with a shot. Now Kinahan a shot. It is blocked before it ever got through. Massengill again at the point. This time feeds down low Byer. Byer gives along Kinahan. Kinahan, you know he's looking for that third goal of the game. Swings it along Massengill. Massengill on goal, stopped by Kelly. And New Jersey is able to clear. 30 seconds to go on a power play that has nearly put this game out of reach for the Titans. 12 minutes to go in regulation time. Hayden directs it into the zone. Sam Levin clears it out as far as the red line. Now Levin again. 13 seconds to go on the power play. He'll send it all the way down the ice. Yoakum will slow it on down for Moran. Tony Moran overskated the puck in the corner, but without much of a forecheck, he has time to recover. Given along for Hayden. Dunzella, offsides is called, as unable to get back on the right side of the blue line was Quentin Olshan. That was close, but the faceoff will come back out into the neutral zone. 11:32 to go in the third period. Officially, those two power play goals for the Sea Captains come 27 seconds apart. Essing, his first of the year, assisted by Moran and Dunzella, and then Makarenko, his first, assisted by Dunzella again. So Angelo Dunzella, 2 assists in 27 seconds. That's efficient. Meanwhile, the Titans trying to get on the board, trying to build something that they can build upon for tomorrow's game against these Sea Captains. Poked along in the corner. Lucas Carney unable to clear. Carney getting tied up behind the play with Makarenko. Meanwhile, down in the Norwich zone, sharp angle attempt by Vaccaro gets blocked. And now Lucas Carney through center ice. Carney knocked off his stick by Bain. Bain wanted to find Dunzella. Instead, taking it back the other way is Antonio Vidal. Vidal bumped by Daryl Smith. Vidal will send it down deep. Yoakum there to close it on off. Loftus gives along Smith. Out towards center ice. Too far for Peluso to handle. Smith back to retrieve with 10:15 to go in regulation time. Loftus thought he had some help along the wall. Trabb stepping on in. Can't come up with the puck. Now here comes Peluso racing ahead. Peluso in on a breakaway. Nick Peluso scores! Nicholas Peluso, his second of the year. And the Sea Captains lead it 6-0. Nick Peluso last year played his high school hockey with the Smithfield Sentinels out in Rhode Island. Playing his first year of junior hockey. Now he has two goals on the year. And Sea Captains are up by a touchdown. False start on the faceoff against Norwich. George Hines, Jamison Bain on the draw, and this time play will continue. Loftus from the red line will send it down deep. Kelly thought about playing it, but puck is scooped up by Sam Levin. This goes all the way down the ice. Should be icing against the Titans. And there's the whistle, as trying to beat out the call was Peyton Phobes. Getting back in time was Jimmy McManus. So 9:48 to go in the third period. Norwich leads it 6-0. Officially, that third goal was Nick Peluso from Jamison Bain and Mitchell Goodman. For both Bain and Goodman, those are their first points of the season. Galloping up ahead through center ice is Goodman. Stopped by Kelly, and he'll hold on for a face-off to his left. Liam Kelly, one of the bigger goaltenders you'll see out there. 6'4", 195 pounds, native of Harleysville, Pennsylvania. Off the draw. Shot thrown wide of the cage of Kelly. Liam Kelly last year played in the EHL for the Philadelphia Little Flyers. In 14 regular season games, he went 7-6 with a goals against average of 3.41, a save percentage of 89.4. Improved those numbers in the playoffs, though still put up an 0-1 record as the Little Flyers fell in the first round. So up ahead through center ice. Able to work it along further is Talkowski. Talkowski thrown into the wall. Tim Hayden getting involved with somebody wearing a red bucket. Meanwhile, it's Giuseppe Bianco centering feed. Yoakum might have gotten a piece of it. Sent around far side. Here's Carney. His shot gets blocked. Holton chasing after it. Levin will get there first for New Jersey. Has to deal with Dutcher on top of him as well. Instead, he finds Carney open on the far side, and Lucas Carney is able to clear. Now at center ice. Getting the puck down deep is Talkowski. Yoakum will settle it down for Hayden. Hayden plays back behind Massengill, and now Hayden again. Timmy Hayden able to flip it out as far as the red line. Flinging it on back is Sam Levin. That goes wide of the cage, but no icing on the play. So now Massengill once again. This time plays up the far side wall. First one to it, Sava Makarenko. Makarenko just scored his first goal in the NA3HL. Nearly had another one as he played it to the far side. That ricocheted off the skate of Essing. Makarenko at the blue line, holds it in the zone. Moran can't do that a second time, but Norwich quick to touch up with under 8 to play. Out towards center ice, here's Tony Moran. Kinahan plays one off the wall, now Essing. Essing able to get the puck into the zone. DeBueris picks it up for New Jersey. His pass goes through everybody and will ricochet wide of the cage of Yoakum. So icing is called against the Titans. Now with 7:26 to go in the third period. Another offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Norwich Sea Captains. Curious if these 6 goals scored by the Norwich Sea Captains are the most that they have ever scored in a game. I'll have to double check that. As again, last year, Sea Captains were an expansion team and certainly had the growing pains to go through, but they're looking good here in New Jersey en route to their 3rd victory over the Titans this year. So taking a look at the Sea Captains schedule from last season, it looks like the 6 goals scored today will tie a franchise record, as they managed to score 6 goals a few times last year, including nearly 1 year ago today. The anniversary will be tomorrow, but on October 2nd of 2021, the Sea Captains a 6-3 victory over the Bay State Bobcats. Curiously, Bay State is the only, or rather one of two, no, they are the only team who has not played a game yet this season. Bay State, because of that, finds themselves at the bottom of the East Division. But you compare the Bay State Bobcats, who haven't played a game yet, to the Northeast Generals, who have already played 9 games, their 9th game coming last night against these Sea Captains. New Jersey, this is game number 8 in their season. So 6:45 to go in the third period. Olshan at center ice. Manages to throw his shoulder into Carney. Carney able to shrug it on off. Sent on into the zone. Yoakum steers it aside for Smith. Now Loftus. Pass can't connect with Olshan. Played up ahead and Talkowski. He'll play one off the glass. Loftus there to pick it up. Goes off the boards. Can't connect with Smith. Can't connect with Dunzella either. So now Sam Levin will give it a go. Levin, normally a forward, because of the injuries that the Titans have had to deal with. He's playing on the blue line right now. Another one of those Swiss Army knife guys willing to change their game. We spoke about Jamison Bain doing that before. Well, Sam Levin right here in New Jersey has had to do it already this season. First game this year for the Titans, Levin was centering the first line. For the past couple, he's been on the blue line. Anything to make the team better. And those are the kind of players that championship caliber teams are made of. Guys who think we, not me. I'll take off my coaching hat now, but the message remains the same. Under 6 minutes to go in the third. As up ahead, it's Sam Levin. Levin, a weak backhander towards goal, stuck aside by Yoakum. Here's Hayden picking it up. Up ahead. Unable to control that pass was Goodman. Now Levin. He'll swipe one down deep. Byer the first one there. Byer puts it right onto the stick of Nick Trabb, but Trabb's shot goes wide. Now Vidal trying to free it up on the near side half wall. Vidal picks up some help from Trabb. Referee beckons play on. Trabb had it for a moment, now goes behind the cage. First one there's Jimmy McManus. McManus goes around the wall, not out of the zone. Nice job holding the line by Jacob Gray. New Jersey in the middle of a change, so Hayden ostensibly would have had more time, but a quick forecheck put on him by Gray breaks up the Norwich breakout. Now here's Ryan Tallarico back the other way. Tallarico to the outside. Tallarico, a shot missed wide. Holding the puck at the blue line is DeBueris. Forced towards the front of the net. Tallarico able to get a stick on it as Hayden can't clear. Now Phobes. Back up at the point. Willem Patterson, a shot saved by Yoakum. He gets the rebound as well. And he'll hold on for a face-off to his left with 4.5 to go in the third. Well, Andrew Yoakum has stood tall when his Norwich Sea Captains needed him to. Titans with 36 shots on goal according to the scoreboard. Yoakum's got them all. Carson Dutcher, far side. Makarenko manages to get around Patterson. Makarenko, a snapshot. That one surprised Kelly. Kelly's still able to get a shoulder on it and keep it out. Tallarico looking to clear. Cam Holton had other ideas. Now Makarenko gives along. Taking a shot and hitting the post was Bain. Worked in front. Kelly able to get a glove on it. As trying to force that one from a bad angle was Carson Dutcher. So 3:55 to go. Face-off will be in the New Jersey zone. As mentioned, these two teams will see each other tomorrow as well. That will be a 2:30 face-off here at the Middletown Sports Complex. Certainly hope that you can join us either here under the same ceiling or if not, at home right here on Hockey TV. So 3:35 to go. Nice stick handling on display in the neutral zone by Carson Dutcher. Doesn't result in anything, however, as the Titans are able to take over possession. Unable to get the puck deep was Connor Tlakowski. Getting tripped up on the play was Holton. He might have sold it a little bit, but in a 6-0 game, that's not going to be called. 3:15 to go. Wrapped around the boards by Kelly. Cam Holton at the blue line. He'll send one on goal. Kelly knocked it down with his blocker. Didn't know where the rebound went. Daryl Smith fans on a shot. Throws a big check regardless. Bianco at the end of his shift doesn't go after the puck, and that allows the Sea Captains to send it back on down. Reversing on back. Here's Levin. Wants to give along for Carney. Stepping in and taking the blast was Smith. Blocked down in front. Sam Levin picks it on up. Gives it along for Jacob Gray. Gray at least got it over the blue line, but then sent right back into the New Jersey zone. 2.5 to go in regulation time. Here's Levin again. Levin keeps it on the same sidewall. Gives along for Trabb, who then sends one further. Gray sends it down deep. Daryl Smith, Jacob Gray making acquaintances in the near side corner. Loftus there to help out. Loftus picks the puck out of the scrum. He'll break out on the far side, giving along for Kinahan. Jack Kinahan, 2 goals in this game. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. He's got 2 minutes left to try and complete the trick. Tim Hayden sends the puck down deep. First one to it is Willem Patterson. This one goes all the way back down into the Norwich zone. No icing on the play, and so Tim Hayden will collect and slide it behind the net for Mazur. Mazur following up on the play, sees this get knocked away. Peyton Phobes had it for an opportunity, but knocked out into the neutral zone. New Jersey must regroup. Under 100 seconds to go in regulation time. Here's Hayden. Behind the net, Mazur. Now Hayden again. At center ice, Willem Patterson. Played up ahead, Tallarico. At center ice, DeBueris. Can't get it down into the Norwich zone. Tallarico dummies it along for Phobes. Phobes saw his shot get blocked. And Yoakum will hold on with a minute and a second to go in the third period. Well, the Norwich Sea Captains have to be happy with their play. They defeated New Jersey by scores of 4-1 and 2-1 a weekend ago. 1 minute to go as Tony Moran comes up with this loose puck. Moran waiting behind the net. Certainly in no rush to move the puck up ice, and why would he? 43 seconds to go. He throws this all the way down. Well, you don't want to ice it. But Tegan Beyer, with his hustle, beats out the call. Check that out. In a game where his team is winning 6-0, Tegan Beyer still hustling in the final minute of play just to beat out an icing call. 21 seconds left. Here's Cam Holton. Back up for McManus. Jimmy McManus a shot. Blocked aside by Carney. Moran sends it down deep. 12 seconds to go. Moran pinching in from the point. He'll pitchfork one towards the front of the net. That goes over Kelly. 5 seconds to go. And for the first time in his NA3HL career, Andrew Yoakum records the shutout as the Norwich Sea Captains have defeated the New Jersey Titans by a score of 6-0.